So there's 5 main things we look at when we're judging, and the first one is graphics. How visually interesting is this game, and how original is the art?
It's great to see some cohesive design throughout the game as well, so that there's some thought put into the way the game looks and how it all kind of ties together. Things like music and voice acting is always great as well when we encounter those things in people's designs.
Yeah.
And we also look for functionality as well, so whether you can control the characters well, whether the game kind of general mechanics like jumping, interacting with objects, moving through the world, camera control, all of that kind of stuff, whether all that functions and operates well. I also like to see a good progression in a game, so quite often when there's multiple levels and you can see the difficulty, it ramps up slowly and there's the introduction of several ideas throughout each level. That's always really great as well. Another factor is audio, so if there are sound effects in the game, maybe some music or even voice acting, that's always really great and it really improves the experience for us when you've gone to the extra effort to put a bit of that in there.
What on earth is that?
And of course there's the X factor, something about this game that makes it different from all of the rest. Like if it's something original, a new idea, or something that hasn't been done before, it's not a copy, something you can really go, have you played this game? This is what this game is about, it does this new thing, it's great. We look for imagination and creativity and experimentation as well. We look for passion too. When you're making a game, you have to think about what do I like and what do I like about games and try and follow that passion. And that's really represented. You can always tell when a game is made with love.
Yeah, and when you can't stop playing it too because it's so fun.
Yeah.
And as you may or may not know, every year Screen It has a theme. So one year it might be, we had some suggestions for a theme, didn't we?
Yeah. One of them was toasted cheese sandwiches,
That was a great theme.
It's a good idea. How would you work that into your game? Maybe you are the toasted cheese sandwich.
Sadly rejected that one though. Yeah. I also had pandas riding motorcycles.
Yes.
Games with that in it.
Could be a cool racing game where you level up your bicycle and panda to get bigger pandas on bigger bicycles.
Also rejected though.
Yeah, also rejected. Also had one where it was my head on top of a cat's body. Maybe that would be a more experimental game about the story. Why is my head on a cat's body?
The point is you need to take that theme and incorporate it into your game, and that's part of our judging process to see how well that's been done. So when it comes time to make a game, what do? My first advice would be to play some games and maybe have a look and a bit of a think about the kinds of things that you like in games that you maybe want to try and appropriate or implement in your game making process.
Yeah, and brainstorm, get together with others, come up with a whole bunch of ideas, and you consider all options. You also don't want to make it too complicated. Sometimes a simple idea that is done well is a much better game than something that gets out of hand really quickly and you can't actually finish it.
Yeah, kind of after your brainstorming process, you want to have distilled it down into one clear vision, and then you want to base your game around that.
Yeah, and also, get other people to play your game when you've got it in those very early stages. Just keep trying to get opinions on it. Maybe the way you're going isn't the right way to go, maybe it is. It's important to find that out early.
That's so important, playtesting, because quite often when you're making a game and you're close to it, you know how everything works and you know how to get through that level, but you need to watch other people have that experience to understand the parts that work and the parts that don't.